Hi, folks. John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru. Merry Ukrainian Christmas. Today is the traditional Ukrainian Christmas holiday, and my family and I are going to be celebrating it since we have 6 Ukrainians in our household. Today, I wanted to talk about, do you work for an organization where after you do an assessment, an external entity reviews that assessment and makes recommended changes? So, for example, I work in home health. There is an organization that we have outside our agency who does a post review. So, I've completed the OASIS, I submit it through our healthcare, our EMR, and then they review it. They have the ability from wherever they are remotely, and then they make recommended changes. But not only are they making recommended changes, but they are changing it in the system, and then they're alerting me that they made the change. Please review and write an addendum if you agree. So in general, this happens pretty much industry-wide, where there's some kind of tool or entity that checks to make sure you're accurate in your responses. And that's perfectly fine. What's not fine is when they make changes that don't have any basis in objective reality. So oftentimes they'll make 1 or 2 recommendations, and I can see the value in the recommendations and I will agree to those. But recently I got a review back where they had changed, I believe it was 6 OASIS questions. And when I looked at it, I could see, number 1, the changes would make it more economically advantageous for us if I stuck with those changes according to the recommendations. But every single one of them was inaccurate. And it was based on faulty premises. Actually, pretty terrible premise. Not any objective reality. And so I had to tell the reviewer, I disagree with these changes. Please revert them back to my previous entries into the OASIS. It was less advantageous to our reimbursement perspective, but it was accurate. And when it's accurate, I've done the right thing. So if you're dealing with an entity that does an outside review, and that's between you and your patient, they're inserting themselves into the relationship between the two of you and changing your responses on anything, make sure that they are actually accurate. I know I could get that out before you sign off on it, because once I put my electronic signature on that form again and closed it up, I've said everything there is true, and I want to make sure that's actually the case. John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru, wishing you a pleasant Ukrainian Christmas. Take care and God bless.